Former Knick Kristaps Porzingis was recently speaking to the media about his treatment in New York, specifically what the fans were chanting at him during the season opener. We're going to break down that report and see exactly what he said. Also, the refs during the season opener actually admitted to missing a call. We're going to see exactly what call they missed and if it could have helped the Knicks win the game. All of this and so much more today. Be sure to be subscribed to the channel and also turn notifications on so you don't miss a second of any new content. And now, let's get started. Kristaps Porzingis recently made comments on the fans and their not so suitable for work chants that he received during the season opener. If you were watching that season opener, every time Kristaps Porzingis touched the ball, he got booed. But here's the thing. He was really good during the season opener. And as he got better, the fans got madder. And as the fans got madder, they started to chant very negative comments, essentially chanting, F you, Kristaps, for about a minute and a half. So that's all you heard while Kristaps Porzingis was playing during that game. And actually, he was asked during media what he felt about those comments and the Knicks fans chanting those things to him. And this is what he said. Shout out to Tim Bontemps from ESPN for reporting the following. He stated that Kristaps Porzingis stated the following on the F Porzingis chants late during the game. The crowd chanting that for me, it was fun. I was just enjoying that and kind of using that as motivation. Motivation to make some big plays at the end. It was really fun to play in that type of environment. I hate when Kristaps Porzingis or any former Knick player says this. Says that he uses the Knick crowd or all that energy as motivation to play better. Because he was already playing good. So to hear that the fans actually made him play better, it hurts a little bit. Because honestly, I don't care. I don't care if it helped motivate you. I don't care if it helped make you play better. I don't care if you're utilizing that to make a statement in the Garden. I didn't want to see it. And then to put it on top of this, you speak to the media and then say the fans, who obviously didn't want you to play that well, helped you play better? That's not what I wanted to hear. That's not what any fan wants to hear. But shout out to you. You played one hell of a game. You did great against your former team, the New York Knicks. Shout out to you. Let's see how long you do it for. Because I know last year you had your best season. I understand that. But let's see how long you can keep this type of play up and how consistent it is. Because that's always been the story with Kristaps Porzingis. So I understand. You won the game. You want to talk a little bit. And obviously, the media asked you a question. They asked you how you felt about the Knicks fans chanting that at you. So you had to give a statement about it and you had to answer it. Okay, no harm. You said what you said. I'm not saying anything else about it. I understand. But just so you know, we're seeing Boston again in 9 more games. So maybe if he's playing again at that point in time, the Knicks can rerun this test. Because we almost beat Boston. Let's see if next time we do. Because if we do, I'm sure Kristaps will not be talking this high, will not be talking this mighty, and will not have his chest puffed out like this, talking to the media like never. And I'm sure he won't have his chest puffed out like this, talking to the media, acting like everything's okay, everything's good, and he doesn't have to play even more games coming up. So listen, I understand Kristaps said what he said. Shout out to him for having a great game at the Garden, but that's one game. I want to see how long he does this for with the Boston Celtics. The Knicks see the Celtics again. I want to see what the Knicks do against them during that game. And also, just because Kristaps can do this right now doesn't mean he's going to be able to do this during the playoffs and doesn't mean he's going to be able to show up when you need him the most. So let's put it in perspective here. One game is one game. 65 games is 65 games. And 82 games is 82 games. The referees actually admitted to missing a call during that Boston versus Knicks season opener. And it might have been a key call. So let's look at exactly what call they might have missed. Shout out to Sports Illustrated for reporting the following. The NBA actually issued a clarification on Thursday regarding a controversial and costly call made against the Knicks guard Jalen Brunson late in Wednesday's Celtics-Knicks game in New York. The refs actually called Jalen Brunson for a flopping technical foul, even though he clearly landed on Jason Tatum's foot. This happened with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the game. Instead of getting that call, that missed foul led to a 20-16 Celtics run to seal the win, and obviously led to the New York Knicks not being able to take victory during this game. So this is the play they're talking about right here. So as you can see, Jalen Brunson is shooting a three-pointer. He's trying to make the shot. He's landing, and as he lands, he's clearly landing on Jason Tatum's foot there. You can see he's making contact clearly with Jason Tatum's pink shoe, and that right there is a missed call. Now maybe if the New York Knicks get that call, maybe it swings the momentum in their favor, and maybe they win the game. Although, arguably, they lost that game because they could not make their free throws. That was really the story of the whole game. But putting it back to that foul, though, as you can clearly see, he steps on his foot. If the Knicks are able to swing the momentum back in their favor with that call, maybe the Knicks win the game and the Celtics don't. I don't know exactly, but I do know that every call matters. The missed calls oftentimes matter the most, and oftentimes when you miss those type of calls, fans are going to get upset, especially when a game is so close. This wasn't a blowout, 108 to 104. When you miss calls like this, everybody, not only fans, but other players, and obviously the players involved in the game are going to be upset because that call might have led to a victory for the New York Knicks, and who doesn't want to celebrate a victory? Unfortunately, we can't go back in time. Shout out, I guess, to the refs for being able to go back, look at the tape, and admit to the fact that they made a mistake and missed a call. And in this case, what might have been a pivotal call to help the Knicks win the actual game. Nonetheless, like I said before, we can't take a time machine and go back in time. We move forward, and forward is exactly what we're doing. The Knicks against the Hawks tonight. Make sure you're watching. Hopefully the Knicks can get that victory, get one in the W column, and move in the right direction headed forward into this season. I can't wait to see what happens. Hopefully no more botched calls, but this is the NBA, and with all likelihood, there's always going to be a botched call or two. Hopefully, though, it's not against the Knicks. Let's just hope for that. But what about you guys? Let me know in the comments. Do you think this call was so obvious that the refs should have seen it and not missed it? Or was it so hard to actually see during game that you understand why the refs actually gave Jalen Brunson that flopping technical foul? Let me know in the comments below, because honestly, guys, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans. Peace.